Okay, 26 from the homework. Here was the problem. I'll ask you guys. I know Lily asked the question, but I'll ask everybody. Do I have to combine the numerator, the denominator, or both? Which one do I have to combine, or do I have to combine both? Numerator has to get combined. So x squared, y squared. Common denominator would be x squared, y squared. So here we go, down below. X squared, y squared. What are you multiplying the 2 by? Y squared, so it's 2y squared. Everyone with me so far? What do I multiply this fraction by? X squared, so plus 2x squared divided by 4 over xy. All good there? Questions? Okay, now I'm going to multiply and flip like we talked yesterday. So multiply, I'll flip this one. And just for time's sake, what can I take out of the top? 2's. So I have y squared plus x squared. Okay, now you're looking to, yep.
Should you find a common denominator for the 4 over xy before you flip it?
Why a common? There's only one of them. There's only one fraction here. I'm not adding it with anything. I'm not subtracting it with anything. So there's no need for a common denominator. Right? It's just one fraction. When there's two, yes, I do need to find a common denominator. All right. Looks like I can cross out. You tell me, I guess. Cross out. This isn't getting touched here. Y squared plus x squared, because there's a plus, so don't touch it. Brett, one thing?
You can cross out the x and the y's.
Yep. How many? I got, what, 1 on top, 2 on top? Yeah. So I can cross out one of those with this one. 1 y on top and 2 on the bottom, so I can get rid of that. Yep. Anybody see anything else? The 2 and 4 can go as well. Yep. I got a 2, 4. What am I left with? 1 and 2. All right. Finally, what's left on the top, everybody? Y squared plus x squared. And then on the bottom, and a, so 2xy. Yeah, sorry, Ashley, go ahead. Okay. Any issues with this one? Anything else you want to ask? All right, I'm ready, Ashley. 37, okay. Looks like a large one, huh? All right, here we go. Numerator, denominator, or both do I have to combine? Numerator, denominator, or both? Which one needs which one needs common denominators? Numerator, bottom, or both? Okay, ready? Maybe I'm not making myself clear. On the top, how many fractions are there?
2 or
3 of them. That means I got to combine them into 1. How many fractions are on the bottom?
2.
That means I got to combine them into 1. So my answer to my question is we got to work on both top and bottom here. All right, so to the top, what's my common denominator? X squared. Here we go. What do you got to multiply the 1 by? What's the x get multiplied by? Everyone see where I'm getting 4x from? And does the x squared need to get multiplied by anything? Nope, plus 3. Here we go, divided by. Now help me work on the bottom. What's the common denominator? What are you multiplying the 1 by? What's this one get multiplied by? Good? Think you could take it from here?
I think so.
Multiply and flip. Go ahead.
When I originally read the problem, it looked like it was like 1 plus 4 over x divided by 3 over x squared.
It's okay. It's all right. Are you good from taking it from here, Ashley? All right, multiply, flip, factor. 28. Is there something in particular here Lily, so I can try to squash it right away. Okay. Okay, guys, same question. Do you have to work on numerator, denominator, or both? I got to work on both. There's multiple fractions in both of them. So here we go. Take that one down. What's the common denominator? 6 and 2. What do you multiply 2 by to get 6? So 3k minus just k. I'll clean that up in a second. 6 again, common denominator. What do you multiply 2 by? So 3k plus, what do you multiply 3 by? 2k. All good so far? Okay, clean it up. I don't know if you guys are in like the GCF factoring mode, but combine your like terms, right? Everyone see? Just combine your like terms. What's left on the top? What's left here? 2k over 6 times 6 over, what's this combined to? Okay. What do you want to get rid of? 6's, and there's multiplication only. Oh, there's multiplication only, right? So k and that k. See that? Right? Just get rid of the k's. And what's left on top is a 2, and on the bottom, 5. Okay. You see how just the k's can eliminate? Okay. Yep. Okay, as I'm writing this, you guys take a look at number 40. Top has to be taken care of, denominator or both? Both, yep. All right, let's take care of the top first. And finding a common denominator for the top. Ready? First of all, before you determine what the common denominator is, factor what you can. What does x squared minus 9 factor into? X plus 3 and? Okay, and then you know next is what's in common. Here are my two denominators. What's in common? Goes in the bottom. Okay, x minus 3 is there. Is there anything left over? So there is your common denominator for that top portion anyway. Okay, you take what's in common, put it in, and then what's left over. Because we're going to keep doing that today. All right, this x minus 3 needs to get multiplied by what? X. Look, see what the denominator is missing. X plus 3. So I'll have 2x plus 6 here. Plus, do I need to multiply anything here? Look at my denominators. Anything? Nope. So I'm just going to transfer the numerator over and say 3x divided by, everyone ready to work on the bottom? Yeah. Okay, bottom. Again, I'll just do this up here. That's what that factors into. So what's in common now, guys? An x plus 3. And what's left over? Okay. All right, let's go to the top. What's this one missing? X minus 3. So I have 3x minus 9. Deep breath. Am I missing anything here? No, but I'm not. Yeah, I can put minus 4x. Never mind. I thought this was something different. Minus 4x. Everyone all right? I combine these two into this one, these two into this one. All right, now we just got to flip, factor, whatever we got to do here. All right, so this simplifies to what? 5x plus 6 over x minus 3, x plus 3 times flip. And what's the bottom? Minus x minus 9, right? Okay, what crosses out?
All the x plus.
Anything else?
No.
Nope, we're done. Just got to write it as one. Good thing is we're not going anything brand new today, or really ever here for the rest of the unit. You guys that plan ahead a week from today, unit test. Okay, week from this Friday, unit test. Anything else? Yep. 33. Am I just doing the entire assignment today, guys? No, I don't. I told you guys at the first day of school, ask as many questions as you need to.
How are they going?
It's all right. A lot of tests in my freshman classes, but this is the first time I'm teaching today. Common denominator for the top. What are you multiplying the 6 by? What are you multiplying the 12 by?
Nothing.
Common denominator for the bottom. Okay, be careful. What's this 3t get multiplied by?
T.
T, right? So that's going to become 3 t squared. What's 12 get multiplied by?
Nothing.
Okay. All right, ready? Take a 6 out. T plus 2 over 2.
Wait, would it be over T?
Oh, sorry. Thank you. T. And then T on top. What, a 3? Oh, boy. And then anybody see what I'm going to be left with? I'm just going to do it off to the side here so I don't have to rewrite everything again. Oh, what, if I take a 3 out of here, what's left? T squared minus 4. And anybody want to tell me anything? That's not done. That's not done. What can I still do here? T plus 2 and T minus 2. Yep. All right, what do you want to cross out?
The 2 T's put 2, and you can cross out the 6 and make it 2, and then cross out the 3 and make it 1.
What's left on top?
2.
Anything else? If you need a calculator, because I'm going to require you to use one today, they're right up here. Here we go.
What's the
20th.
Thank you. I got stuff to do.
Yeah, it's the day.
Today's the day.
That's the day, man.
All right. Now you're going to solve for x. We've been combining, crossing out. Now at the end of the problem today, it's going to be x equals a number now, or 2 numbers. Who knows? Or 3. Okay, it's going to be x equals a number that when I plug in, the left side of the equal sign equals the right side. Okay, so that's our goal today. You should have at the end x equals some type of number. All right, here's how we're going to do it. I'm only going to put one and only one step that you have to worry about. Multiply all fractions by the common denominator. Okay. And watch the magic happen. All right, I need your help finding a common denominator. Number one, how many fractions do I have? I have 3. We need to decide what the common denominator is. We need to decide. First of all, ready? Go through the process. Is there any factoring in the denominators? No. Now I look. Does it have anything in common? What's in common out of those 3? An x minus 2. So that goes in your common denominator. I'm just going to put CD for common denominator. So I know I have an x minus 2, right? And we also have to put in the leftovers, which is? I'm going to stop right there. Questions on how we found that that was the common denominator? Anything? 3 times x minus 2. We all good before I move on? So now what's going to happen is all 3 of these are going to get multiplied by 3 times x minus 2. All right, 3 times x minus 2. I'll start with the first one, and then you're going to take over. So if I multiply this first one by 3 times x minus 2, what will cancel out on the top and the bottom? Everyone see that the x minus 2's cancel out? And what is the only thing I need to multiply? 3 times x plus 2. And I'm just going to write it out. If you want to do that right now, go ahead. No more denominator, right? That's the goal. Get rid of all those denominators. So I have an equation to solve. All right, next one. Multiply 4/3 by 3 over x minus 2. What would cross out now? The 3's. So I'm left with minus 4 times what? The 3's crossed out. What am I left with? X minus 2 equals, multiply 5 over x minus 2 times the common denominator. What would cancel out? The x minus 2's are gone, so the 5 would only get multiplied by, okay. Now can you solve that? No more denominators. That's what you want to do here when we're solving for the variable. Get rid of the denominators. Okay, ready? 3x plus 6. You better watch yourself. Why? Better have some self-respect. Why? I got a negative. You're not distributing 4. Don't distribute 4. You're going to distribute negative 4. So minus 4x plus 8 equals 15. And then my hope is you can go from there on your own, right? Some basic algebra. So I'll give you a second. I'll ask somebody what you got at the end for x. Two, when you're ready.
I got X.
1.
-1.
Which one?
-1.
-1. Calm down before you circle it. You're not going to like this, and personally, I don't care, because it's got to get done, though. Solve and check, because you may have to reject this answer for certain reasons. That's why you have your calculators right now. All right, you can check right on your calculator. Everyone ready? I don't know if you've ever seen this before or your teachers in the past have shown you. Have you ever dealt with this key right here called the store key?
Yes.
Some of you have, some of you have not. That's fine. What was our final answer?
-1.
So you're going to take -1 in your calculator, and you're going to store it in for x. And you can use your x button right next to alpha. Enter. And I want to see if this is a solution. So what we do is we go back to the problem, and you are going to type in the left side of the equation. So everyone knows where to get your fraction templates. alpha y equals. So what I'm going to do, guys, and you can do it with me, I'm going to put x plus 2 in the numerator, x minus 2 in the denominator, and I'm going to go over here and put minus 4/3. And I'm going to see what that's equal to. Hopefully we're all getting negative 5/3 out. And now what I'm going to do is type in the right side and pray that it comes out to be negative 5/3. All right, so alpha y equals 5 over x minus 2. And what do we see? Negative 5/3. Now, hey, that number comes out to be different. That's not my answer. That's not my answer. Negative 1 wasn't my answer. I did something wrong or I need to reject it. Okay? Everyone all good? Negative 1. Yes, Art. Go ahead, sir.
Or do we not show it? We just do it.
I don't need to see it, but you got to do it in your calculator because we will come up to a problem pretty soon here where you're going to end up rejecting an answer. Okay? Any questions? All right, here you go. One doesn't make you great. Yes.
So like on a test like that we're taking next week, how would we show that we checked? Should we
I don't need to see it,
Oh, you just
but I will see you reject an answer if it's needed.
Okay.
Okay, which we'll come up to here in a second. All right, here we go. Solving for x. Got to find a common denominator. Before I do that, can you factor any of the denominators?
Yes.
Yep. X squared plus 7x plus 2. What do you want to factor that into? Here we go. 6. What do you want to factor that into? Casey, x squared plus 7x plus 12. Good man. All right. Now find a common denominator. I don't know how good we're getting at this or not. 1. Great job. 12. Here we go. Got anything in common? X plus, ooh, all right. It's got an x plus 3 and an x plus 4 in common, so both go in. Hey, guys, are there anything left over now? Is there anything left over?
No.
Nope. There's the denominator. Now, multiply all 3 by that. Okay, multiply all 3. I'm going to just show it on the one fraction because it just gets too sloppy for me up here. So I'm going to multiply 5 over x plus 3 by x plus 3 and x plus 4. And guys, what cancels out? X plus 3's. Your denominators should all go. They should be gone by the time we're done. And what are you multiplying the 5 by? X plus 4. Yep. No more denominator. It should eliminate when we do these problems. All right. What crosses out in the next fraction? Who's going to take that one? Here you go. 8. What's going to cross out in the next one? So I'm going to say minus 3 times what's left? X plus 3. Nice. We're picking it up. Equals. What crosses out when I multiply the common denominator with this last one? 15. Okay, so what's the only thing left? 21, and I multiply it by nothing. Keep my hands off. Can you solve that? Can you solve that? No? Maybe, Ashley? Did you distribute a negative 3? Okay, so you did 5x plus 20 equals, oh, not equals, sorry, minus 3x minus 9 equals 21. 2x plus 11 equals 21. Good so far? Move the 11 over, subtract it. 2x equals 10. X equals 5. Well, you see,
Yeah, it's the other way.
you sure? Okay. Got to subtract the 11 over, everyone, not add it over. Subtract it over. And again, I get it. It's a pain in the butt, but you got to check it. All right, you got to check it to see if you did it right. So 5 stored in for x. And then here we go. What do I have? 5 over x plus 3 minus 3 over x plus 4. So that gives me, 7/24. Can you get a 7/24 again? Sorry, I know some of you guys can type quicker than I can. You guys type like you're texting, sorry. Got it. Why do we keep doing this? It's such a waste of time. All right, let's see if you feel that way after number 3. Okay, why I'm forcing you to check. Shatter art.
Where's the guy that makes an appearance?
What did I tell you? He rarely makes an appearance. So I don't know what to tell you. But you got a little shatter there. Do you think you could come up with that common denominator on your own? What's in common? Put the leftover, because there's nothing to factor. What's in common? Give me the leftovers too. 10? Hello.
X.
And?
X plus 1.
Got it, Art. There it is. Okay, multiply all 3 fractions by it. I'll just do the first one. Oh boy, you guys are in some serious algebra now, aren't you? 17. Good talk. 17. 13. Hi, Lily. What's going to cancel? What's going to cross out? X's, so what am I going to end up multiplying here? Oh, it's been a long time, hasn't it, since we multiplied some of these together, huh? We'll do it all together in a minute. I just want to go each fraction now. All right, next fraction. 12. What's going to cancel out now when I multiply by my common denominator? The x's once again, so what am I going to multiply that x minus 1 by? That was the only thing left. Is everyone seeing where I'm coming? I just don't want to keep, I'm literally multiplying all 3 of these guys by this right here and canceling what's in the denominator. Everyone seeing that? Okay. And then finally, equals, go ahead and multiply by your common denominator. What crosses out? 13. Gone. So I'm going to take x plus 6 and multiply it by x. Whew. Yes.
This is a really stupid.
Go ahead.
Why for like the x plus 1 over x? Why can't you just add 1 to both of those?
What do you mean?
To the denominator. So it would be x plus 1.
Add 1? Because you're changing, now you're changing the value of it.
Oh.
Like say that was 2/3 and you just added 1 to the
Yeah.
3, now you're changing the value, right?
Okay.
So is everyone all right now how we got to this point? Because this is great, but not even close to done yet. All right, you guys remember back in the day, double distribute. I don't know if they still call it FOIL anymore. I'm not a big fan of that word, but double distribute. Okay, ready? X squared plus x squared plus x plus x plus 1. Is this familiar? Yes, no, maybe? Plus x squared
Minus x. Wait, I'm looking at x.
plus x minus x minus 1. Whew. Oh, thankfully over here it's just simple distribution, right? What do you get? X. Okay, take your time. How many x squareds do I have on the left? Okay. Okay, let's count them up. Ready? 1, 2, 3, but take away 1. So I have 2x. And then what about the 1s? Suggestions? We've never solved equations yet this year, but do you know what's coming up next? And even if you're wrong, that's fine. We'll learn from it. What do you think, Lily? That's what I thought many of you would say, but not yet. Not yet. We will, not yet. I won't say the word factor until, no, that's factoring. No GCF, that's factoring. No factoring until
It's equal to 0.
it is equal to 0. Remember that? It's got to be equal to 0 when you solve before you factor. So what side do you recommend I move over? The left or the right side move over? Left or right?
Right to the left.
Right, because you never want really negatives. All right, so let's move the right side over. So how do I move the x squared over? Subtract it. So, all right, what do I get here? X squared. How do I move the 6x over? Subtract 6x. And, no, never, I don't know. What I'm, sorry. Minus 4x, thank you. Equal to now?
0.
This is pretty involved, these problems. All right, now, Lily, let me go back to you. Now that it's equal to 0, what can I do? And Brett, let me go back to you. How would you like to factor this? Of?
X.
Yep. And you're left with x minus 4 equal to 0. What's your next move? Because I'm going to have 2 answers, not 1. I'm going to have 2. Art?
So you have the x and then the x minus 4 equals 0.
Okay, so I don't know if teachers and I do this. I draw the line down and I say x equals 0 on this side, and over here x equals positive 4. So you do get 2 answers, or do I? Probably not, because I've been warning you this whole class, right, that we're going to have to reject something sooner or later. All right, so you want to store 0 in first? And you tell me why your calculator is about to blow up. Oh, Art, you're so great. As soon as you put that first fraction in, x plus 1 over x, what happened? I'm good. What happened? You get an error, right? Did everyone get an error when you tried to store 0 in that first fraction? Yeah, you're darn right we got an error. Why? Somebody tell me you know why. I didn't need to store it in. I could have just looked myself. Can't divide by 0. All right, so whether you store it in or you see it, because not many of us are going to see that right away, but you will see it when you store it in. So can I have 0 as an answer? No, I cannot have 0 as an answer. So I am going to have to reject that one. Reject. It's an X. Reject it. Okay.
Should we just cross it out?
Yes. Yes. I don't need to see. If you want to write the word reject, that's fine. But if it's crossed out, I assumed it's rejected. Okay. And then just for time's sake, if you tried 4, it would work. So that is why you need to store and check your answers as much as possible. Okay. I don't have time for, we'll try that one on Monday, number 4. You guys have not much here. All right, if you want to start on 1 and 2 below, go right ahead. Okay, and then you got, I just made a note to myself. Take out number 11 tonight out of the textbook. I want to get rid of that. Take out number 11. So you have 2, 5, and 35, and the 2 below, okay, which you can get started on now. As you work on number 1, what's the common denominator?
D minus.
D times D minus 2, yes, and you have to multiply the 1 by it. Okay, don't forget about the other side of the equal sign. Multiply it. I'll come around, even though it doesn't matter to me. We only have 4 minutes. Let's go.